And we are live with absolutely no one. Yes, no one in the chat whatsoever. We are speaking to the void here.
Well, they don't know that we're on yet.
No, they don't. It is a mystery.
It is a mystery.
For one, there is no answer. So I shall share it. How about that? Will that improve our situation?
It may. You know, people may want to know that we're on so that they can tune in. Tune in, turn out.
You know, we could have sexied you up some and put you on camera. That would draw an audience very quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure I could, but I'm not.
But that would take effort.
It's not that it would take effort. It's just I'm tired. Ooh, UFOs. What's that?
I have a sneaking suspicion they're drones.
Yeah.
Or lanterns. Okay, well, you know, if we're going to be live, part of this involves speaking, so...
Well, we are speaking. We're talking about the thrilling adventures of putting up on Twitter the fact that we're on live.
Are we?
Yeah.
Are we really?
Yes.
Oh,
see?
Look,
and
see,
now
we've already drawn
people.
2 people. Say something to the nice people.
Hi, Cesaria. Hey, JW.
Today is Tuesday, a day of the week.
It is a day of the week. It is not Monday.
But it is nor Wednesday.
It is not Wednesday.
So,
it is not the day of humping.
Oh, we're already starting, huh?
Oh, yeah. No, I am totally punchy.
Tell me about being punchy. How was your day?
Actually, it was not a bad day. You know, when I don't know if I'd say it was a good day, but it definitely was not a bad day. And any day that's not a bad day makes me happy. So what are you watching here that the good people cannot see?
A chick who looks really pissed.
I'm just impressed by the fact that she moves her mouth like a muppet.
All right, so we need a topic. Audience, give us a topic.
Hey, Underworld.
We're just being social. There's no point to this. Tomorrow we're talking about vampires if we go on the air.
Yeah.
But we have to visit rats first.
Yes, we are going to visit rats. So we're going to be late.
Fashionably so.
Fashionably so, because we are going to meet 2 new little ratties and hopefully take them home. So that our little guy can have some friends to play with.
So what do you think? Heckle and Jekyll?
You want to name them Heckle and Jekyll?
Only if they're assholes.
Well, supposedly they're very sweet.
Okay, well then there we go.
We definitely do need to rename them because the one's name that it's been given is still Deer. The one that we were told's name is Elk. His name is actually Harry Potter.
Oh no, that's not going to do.
No, we're changing that.
That is not going to do. No. Harry Potter, really?
Harry Potter. Now they should have named him Scabbers if they were going to do that. How goes the house hunt? Well, we're hunting. It's a wily son of a bitch, but we're hunting it.
Well, we've missed 3 now.
Is it 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, true. 3. It's 3. The last one, we did not have cash in hand. That was the only reason. But we're closing in. Durakken, or the role of ninjas on fiction.
Well,
I
don't know.
You're the writer.
Well, you know, I would have to say that the role of ninjas on fiction is location-based. It's regional. Because, let's face it, if you were in Japan, I mean, that is a very long tradition with lore behind it and a strong mythology as well. Whereas, on the other hand, ninjas in the United States could have multiple meetings depending on generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're like Gen Y, Gen Z, it's going to be Naruto, right?
Yeah.
But if you're Gen X, it's Chuck Norris.
Very true.
And Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah, very true. or if it's a
And weird narrations from Chuck Norris in the back of his head. Ninjas, but they don't exist anymore.
or was it Rutger Hauer who played Blind Fury?
Yeah.
So, it could be Rutger Hauer.
I've never seen that.
It's actually not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. Endless Nocturne. I think I'm developing a sixth sense for when you guys go live. Feel free to use that for Wednesday's Great Big Alien Show.
We need to do one on ESP.
We do.
But tomorrow it's vampires.
Yes, it's bloodsuckers. And the undead. John Ivantaro, a hashtag my friend David Jack came up with. Hashtag abolish the Black Lives Matter cult.
I'm all for that. Everybody hashtag that now.
I like that. Cesario, so I'm seeing Marvel has reportedly agreed to all of Brie Larson's MCU requests. RIP MCU film franchise. Why are people allergic to money nowadays?
Well, that's a very interesting point because according to Doomcock, other than The Mandalorian, literally everything at Disney is on the chopping block. Pirates of the Caribbean, the parks, just about every film project in the on the schedule is up for being completely just trashed right now, with the only thing right now that isn't at risk is The Mandalorian. So I've got to wonder if that includes Marvel.
That's a very good question. JW, Canon Films Ninja Movies.
Well, yeah, what I say, American Ninja,
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Norris and all those ninja films.
But, here's the question. Now, Chuck Norris, he's the god of the American Ninja film. So, I'm not even going to count him in this. But is there anything more epic than Pierre Kirby's films? The Godfrey Ho Ninja films?
Well, see, those actually came from Hong Kong. So, those are instantly better.
Very true.
Because the choreography is just a bajillion times better than anything by Canon.
Well, yeah, but the half the film is better because it's a Hong Kong film. The other half is just Pierre Kirby in a forest.
Well, there were only 3 of these, right?
No, there were 6.
Oh.
There were 6 of these films, all filmed in one summer. And basically, the whole point of how Godfrey Ho would do these films is that he'd get some, kung fu film from Hong Kong, and then he'd splice in scenes of Pierre Kirby and another American actor like fighting each other and act like it's all one gigantic story.
Why not? Kat, this is actually perfect for you.
Warzard, is there a bad failed movie that you would like to see remade?
You were talking about this last night on the walk.
Oh, what? Death Becomes Her?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Explain.
I was talking with Ishii last night about how when you think about it, Death Becomes Her may have been one of those weird films from the 90s that was kind of giving a window into how fucked up Hollywood was. It's just nobody noticed that that's the message behind it. The problem is that it was a terrible film. But you look at who all was involved. I mean, like Bruce Willis, Goldie Hawn, and the whole idea is that you have this secret elite cabal of people who are hooked on a drug that makes them immortal.
Adrenochrome?
Yeah. And that they're all really running things behind the scenes. I mean, it's kind of creepy. So I would love to see the premise behind Death Becomes Her, at least like the first act. The first act was great. It's once both of them died, that was the end. They ran out of story. And I'd love to see somebody with actual talent take it to the next level. And redo that whole ending. Actually, the second act forward, just completely do something totally different, than what they did. And in fact, that's one of those films that I'm going to say, we have a game. which is Can It Be Saved? Which is you have to take the basic plot of the film with the basic story beats and say, okay, can this be saved? Can you actually make a good film out of it? And Death Becomes Her as it exists today, no, you cannot. You have to completely scrap everything after the first act in order to make it a good film.
Is there a bad failed movie that I would like to see remade? Escape from LA. That would be my choice. I feel that film could have been really good, but it just didn't have the magic there. You could tell that it was a bit forced. It did not have the sharp writing. There was a lot of character beats missing, and it really was kind of a parody of Escape from New York, and that was a real disappointment. I would say the biggest error of all was continually, well, let's just do a remake of the first film, but in Los Angeles with Hollywood gags. And it was so full of 90s isms as well. The gratuitous virtual reality scene that wasn't very good. The various 90s era gadgets that didn't age well. 90s era jokes that didn't age well. And really, I think the best way to have approached it was not try to update the setting, because they clearly tried to take the Escape from New York setting and fit it into current events so that it still was relevant or current. Bad idea. No. Escape from New York should have just been approached from the notion that the 80s and 90s happened differently. There was a World War III. The United States became a police state. And Pliskin had to be sent in to rescue the president. The sequel should have actually had some sort of opening crawl saying that, there was a world war, there was a third world war. This is a world without an internet, without small cell phones and microtechnology, and actually stick to the setting so that you had bulky technology, where you had things that happened differently. And then secondly, don't do a repeat of the first film. Just keep exploring that setting. That's my feeling. I think the second one would have been great as a road trip.
Road trip. I actually have visions of, Snake Plissken in Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. That, and to remember that it was also a satire. And the second one was not a satire, it was a parody. Let's see.
Excuse me.
Don't yawn.
Sorry. I'm tired. Key Strix, I believe this is the first time I've seen you. Welcome, Key Strix. Ever see the Deadliest Warrior episode on ninjas versus Spartans? The fight at the end is so dumb, it's legitimately hilarious.
I kind of want to see that now. The only one we've watched, we watched Yakuza versus Mafioso.
Yeah.
And that one was pretty accurate, actually. I mean, the Yakuza is all finesse. It just, they're not nearly as heavily armed as the Italians.
No.
That, and when you factor in the fact that they used to get all their weapons from the Italian mafia.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
And how many of the Italian mafia were actually in the military?
Yeah.
So, they're actually trained. Cesario, I'm glad to hear Ishiro is a viewer of Doomcock. Hail Doomcock!
Hail Doomcock. The thing is, we used to hang out with him on his live streams in the early days, where it was, the Discord. And really, I would like to return and just take off the human suit and just have a chat with this supervillain.
Yeah. Okay, where does Cynthia Rothrock fall on your list, Ishi?
Hot.
Cynthia's awesome, and you know what?
Legit.
She was legit, and it was a fucking crime when they decided to do the female version of the Expendables that she was not in the line.
Yeah, we got
lineup.
Rousey instead.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? No, Rothrock, people. She's the original.
Yeah, it should have been like Cynthia Rothrock and Maggie Chung and who was the Japanese actor? Yeah, there was a handful of them that really were the staples. I mean, Rhonda had no business being in there. She hadn't earned it.
Well, what the fuck has she done? She wasn't.
She's a wrestler now, I guess.
Well, yeah, but she's too young.
But yeah, it would be Cynthia Rothrock, Maggie Chung. Who else?
Brain is totally
I know
here. Oh, it'll come to me later. But
Oh, Pam Grier.
Oh, there you go.
Definitely Pam Grier, one of the originals.
Yeah.
Ton of action movies for her.
Oh, totally.
Already, those three, we've got a great lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
John Ivantaro. And I'm happy that my friends and I own pistols. We'll be ready for the BLM bastards and the Antifa bastards if they ever go near Lincoln, Nebraska.
They very well might. Now that they've apparently felt they've won the cities, they're moving out to small town America and the suburbs.
Victoria, what about Three Ninjas movie series?
I can't comment on that. Can you?
I can comment on it.
I've never seen it.
That's okay. Okay, I can comment on it because when that series came out, I was living in Los Angeles at the time. And I am not shitting you. I got confused all the time for the girlfriend in the Three Ninjas movies because I looked exactly like her when I was that age. I would be in malls. I'd be in school. I had kids that I went to school with going, when did you go into that movie? I'm like, I didn't. That's not me in that. But it was really weird always being confused for that chick. So, yeah. The Three Ninjas movies, okay, the first movie had a nice idea. It followed the Karate Kid, pattern of kids learning how to do martial arts. They learn discipline, and then they have to fight the bad guy and using the art of the ninja. It's tried and true formula with Pat Morita as their uncle, even though they're all whiter than bread. So but the other ninjas movies, they just pretend they don't exist.
Surf Ninjas
is amazing. Surf Ninjas is fucking amazing. If you guys haven't seen that yet, I believe it's free on YouTube. Track it down. Surf Ninjas is awesome.
No, we have not seen Super Ninja.
No.
We saw Human Lanterns,
that was
Inframan, all the Venom films.
Oh, yeah, it also shoots darts.
Yeah, and what was the one we saw where it was about the swordmaster who collected swords and he would...
Oh, yeah.
And he was always killing people to take their swords. And
yeah, well, the sword was an expression of their soul.
Yeah, that was really good. I liked that one.
And, you had that fight in the Hall of Swords
at
the end.
But Human Lanterns, holy shit, that was...
Oh, I want to own that film. We got that from Amazon.
That and it's not a Shaw Brothers film. This is a Japanese film, but the... was it Blind? I think it was actually called Blind Revenge, or...
Oh, with the woman from Lady Snowblood?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually in our to buy list.
Yeah, I really liked that.
That was a great one.
I'll get the name on that. You've got some comments on this.
Speaking of Yakuza, Endless Nocturne, the Saw series needs to be remade to have a coherent narrative and to stop jumping the shark. I think that we should just all collectively say the first film was good and pretend the other ones either didn't exist or are their own thing and not part of the original. Because the original actually did have a coherent plot and a reason why Jigsaw was doing what he was doing. I mean, it's actually a revenge tale, really. The rest of them is the torture porn that it's become known for.
Well, part of the problem is it seemed like everything from the first film that made him interesting started to get abandoned by the second. I mean, remember before he ran around with that cloak and his identity was kind of more mysterious. It wasn't so gratuitous. I mean,
well, and again, there is a real reason why he had Carrie Elwes locked up. And so when you did have that final build up to him chopping his foot off, the payoff was beautiful because you've been told the whole film you're going to chop your foot off, and it's like, what the hell is he going to? What is going to happen to cause him to do such a horrible thing? And when that happens, the payoff is beautiful. You lose that with all the other ones.
Well, really, the problem is the follow-up film was directed by Daniel Bousman, who sucks ass.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I have a feeling Repo would have been such a better film if he had not been the director.
I agree. It's actually...
He's not a good director. He is not a good director.
I mean, the problem I'm having with Repo the Genetic Opera is the music is still phenomenal. Anthony Stewart Head is just beautiful as our lead. I can't remember the name of the woman who plays Mags, a good Mags, not a bad Mags. Just the cast.
Sarah Brightman?
Yeah, Sarah Brightman. Thank you. I mean, the cast is just beautiful, but that's one of those films where, like unraveling the thread on a sweater, where once you start, you just can't stop until all you have left is a pile of string.
Well, part of the
you've
problem
lost the plot.
Is it wasn't filmed correctly,
no.
for one. And the fact is, you listen to the music and you picture something better.
Well, that, and I've seen clips of the stage show and realized that there's a full 2 hours that's been cut. The stage show is 3.5, 4 hours long.
That and the scenes are out of order.
Oh, shit, you're right. I forgot.
And if you actually listen to the music, you can hear where they chopped a scene and rearranged it. And if you watch the film, it's like, yeah, that makes no sense. Why is it in that order?
Yeah, why doesn't this happen here? And then last but not least, the I suppose, can people be MacGuffins?
Oh, yeah.
The woman, Marnie, the woman who this whole torrid story is revolving around, who's dead. She's a horrible person, yet everybody in this film or everybody in the story is telling you that she's this this angelic person. And no, she's a horrible bitch.
Well, oddly enough, Repo's another one of those films where the only honorable character is the villain.
Yeah.
It's the only respectable person.
Yeah, the only one that by the end of it you like and respect, and you actually feel bad.
Yeah, you're evil, but you've got a code, and you actually do things for the right reasons, and you're the only reason everything hasn't fallen apart.
Yeah.
If these clowns were left to run things, it was going to all go to shit.
And in the end, he even tells his own dipshit children where they can stick it.
Here we go. We were talking about Blind Woman's Curse with Meiko Kaji.
Yeah.
That film is awesome. That is definitely one for the collection.
Oh, yeah.
We need to review. In fact, we should do this back. Well, it's a very different film, but with Lady Snowblood, do them back to back as Meiko Kaji films.
That would be great. I'd love to do them back to back.
All right, let's see.
Cesario, failed movies I'd like to see remade is John Carter. Give Deja Thoris her proper way to looter than a harem belly dancer outfit, and maybe be a tad more down to earth. Mars, whatever. Well, just John Carter of Mars needs some love in general. I mean, he's like one of those grandfather pulps to everything.
Yeah.
So, Victoria, if you can rewrite Man of Steel, how would you write it?
I didn't see Man of Steel, so I can't comment. I don't know. Sorry, Eloise. It's okay. We're pretty tired too. This isn't going to be a long stream.
We just thought we'd pop on and say hi. Key Strix, I very highly recommend watching the Spartans versus Ninjas episode of Deadliest Warrior. It takes itself 100% seriously, but ends up so bad in the end, it's hilarious. Greatest ninja ever, Lee Van Cleef, discuss.
No. He wasn't just the greatest ninja ever. He was the master ninja.
He was the master. He even had a theme song. Okay, add Michelle Yao.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. What about Tegan? Which one are you talking about? Well, you're a Time Lord, so you're talking about Tegan the assistant, right? I liked Janet Fielding, the actress. I think Tegan was written very badly, unfortunately, which really didn't let her do much because Janet Fielding's a great actress.
Yeah.
But getting back to Lee Van Cleef as the Master Ninja, I mean, he drove around in a van solving crimes as a Master Ninja with Demi Moore in one episode.
Yep.
What else is there to say? I mean...
And he had a Padawan.
Yeah, who was a dork.
He was a total dork. But, Padawans are supposed to be dorks. Durakken, Milla Jovovich should be in a female Expendables.
Yeah, actually, I agree. She's not 80s, but that's okay.
See, that's the thing. What type of roles are we doing on that? Because really, if you're going to do that, Lucy Lawless.
What action films did she do?
She did a lot of action films. She did all of her own stunts on Xena.
Well, no. I mean, if we're talking about great big action extravaganzas, from especially the 80s, the 80s action film.
Yeah, I know. But Milla Jovovich
was more 90s. Yeah. I know. Let's see.
Victoria, movie I would like to be remade is Elektra, Lara Croft 2003. And yes, I love these movies. Don't judge me. I'm not judging. I just disagree. At least with Elektra.
Surf Ninjas Must Die. How about Surf Ninjas versus Surf Nazis Must Die?
Yeah. Okay, I take it back. I totally agree that Elektra needs to be remade. I disagree that it's an enjoyable film, but I have views, and yours are not wrong. Karate Kid meets Home Alone.
Oh, I got a better one for you. MacGyver versus Jigsaw.
There you go.
Think about that.
That'll blow your mind.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely one we need to do.
The Blind Samurai?
Yeah. Zatoichi?
Yeah. Zatoichi.
All right, let's see.
Reading the comments. Do.
Which thing?
What do we think of the 2004 Catwoman movie?
Oh, well, you have a lot of thoughts on it.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. And it's definitely a studio abomination that was shat out because otherwise they were going to lose the rights. It really makes me sad because it legitimately had a lot of potential, and just proves that how much of how full of herself Halle Berry can be. Although I do give her props for accepting her Razzie Award, but the fact that she was hardly in it, but Sharon Stone stole that film strictly because Sharon Stone's a good actress, and the idea of making Clayface basically the Wasp Woman. If any of you are familiar with the plot of Wasp Woman, it's a woman who runs a cosmetic empire, who is also the spokeswoman and the model for the empire, who is starting to age out and is seeing the writing on the wall that nobody is wanting to look at her anymore. They want her to just disappear into the shadows. So she starts fucking around in the film, with bee genetics in order to keep herself looking young and healthy, and turns into a bee girl. That's basically what they did with Clayface for Sharon Stone's character, and I loved it. I thought there was so much potential, and it just got shoved under a carpet because we had to have that stupid love story between Halle Berry and the dude from Law and Order.
Is that before the nose job or after?
I believe it was after.
Well, look, Warzard, the board Time Lord. You say Tegan and you're a Time Lord. What do you expect us to think? And I'm not familiar with the Tegan 80s muscle chick.
I'm familiar with the Tegan Aussie. LK to Cesario. If you like girls with guns anime, have you seen Gunslinger Girls?
No, actually.
It's been forever ago. I remember not being bored.
Oh, there's one.
Keystrix, a movie to be remade. Ultraviolet. Oh my God, yes.
No, you don't even need to remake it.
No.
Just restore the director's cut.
Yeah.
It was already made correctly. It was just never released because the studio decided that the audience was too stupid to understand a plot.
Yeah.
And it was originally in the Equilibrium universe.
Yeah, it was originally in the Equilibrium
and that all got pulled out.
Yeah, so return it back to the Equilibrium universe. I have one rule. I cannot stand when you have an actual, when your hero is female for some god unknown reason, when she's written perfectly, where it's not a big deal that she's female. They're not screaming into your face, look, it's a female. But what they have to do so that she won't scare soy boys, I guess, is give her a kid so that she can mommy the fucking kid. That's actually why I don't like the Elektra film, is because they did the same thing to Elektra. They gave her a fucking kid so that she can mommy it, so that she can be safe. And they did that to Ultraviolet. It's like, fuck that. No, get rid of the kid. Get rid of the kid. We do not need a Kenny.
Well, I'm going to see if this changes your mind. That mommy plot wasn't what you think.
In the original thing?
In the original, she wasn't mommying that kid.
Well, that's good. In
the original, we find out that that's her. And there's a time travel plot involved.
Oh, now you're walking on thin ice there with me. You know me and time travel plots.
Well, apparently
at this very moment in time, I think that's an even worse idea. So you have a lot of convincing to tell me that plot's not going to suck donkey balls.
Well, apparently that was originally part of the plot, was that she's from the future. And she's actually looking over herself.
You've got a lot to prove to me that that's not going to suck donkey balls.
Keep in mind, I haven't even seen the film.
Ultraviolet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Well, I have. So if they filmed it that way, I gotta wonder, considering she's looking after a boy.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm recalling the plot twists wrong, but I read up on it once. Okay, so speaking of Lucy Lawless.
Hudson Leak is better than Lucy Lawless. Is that Callisto?
Yes.
I agree 110%. I love her. She's amazing. It really hurts me that her career didn't go farther. Although she was the voice actor in one of my favorite video games, Primal. So
Okay, so let's see. Oh, I'm familiar with Lady Terminator or Alien Terminator.
Alien
Oh,
Terminator. Oh, Alien Terminator. That's not the one with the wrestler chick, is it? Or no, that's Alienator.
Yeah, that's Alienator. Alien Terminator. Well, that looks interesting.
Damn, that is a power glove right there.
Maria Ford.
Maria Ford is the Alien Terminator.
So there's two different films with the same title. Okay. Seems to be a lot of those.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Just like there's like 5 different films that are entitled Troll 3. Acid Trip. Do SJWs and soy boys like mommy girlfriends, or do they just want some MILF pussy? Kind of making me worry given my tastes.
No. It's not that they want mommy girlfriends. They're mama's boys.
Mm-hmm.
They're the type where grandma buys him his fake bulletproof vest for the riot.
Yeah.
Now, go ahead. Go on your rant on what it is about what soy boys want and why they stalk you.
Why they stalk me?
Yeah.
I don't think I can sum it all up in a short time frame. I mean, basically, for me and their dealings with me, they can't stand the fact that I don't need them. That I don't feel oppressed. I don't feel the horrible thumb of the patriarchy trying to push me down, and I need their string beanie arms to prop me back up again. I don't need to hear them placate me and tell me how stunning and brave I am. I don't need them to tell me that I could have been a great and wonderful something or other. It's just that the man's keeping me down, and that they are there to comfort me in my time of need. I don't need them. And they get pissed off that I don't need them. And they need to either try to show me the error of my ways that I do need them, or they call me a whore and a cunt and a traitor to all womankind everywhere, and that I've just been brainwashed by the patriarchy and by good sex with big dicks.
I think really soy boys, it doesn't matter what the woman is. They just want some woman to touch them.
Well, no. It's not that they want them to touch them. They want them to be to need them.
Right. Very true.
They are needy to the max. And they really don't know what to do when you tell them, I don't need you. Because why else would you pay attention to them if it wasn't because you need them?
Okay, so I pulled up here's the original.
Oh, for Ultraviolet?
If you want to read that.
Kurt Weimer has stated that the film was directed in such a way as to allow for an alternate theory about the story. In this theory, the character of Six is actually Violet from the future, who comes back after a cure for hemoglophagia has been developed. This explains how Six has the cure and nobody else does. It also explains why Violet is so adamant about protecting a human, despite her goal in life being to kill them all. Although she doesn't know Six is her from the future, she can just feel it. The theory also explains why Six often disobeys Violet and leads where they go. Being Violet from the future, Six remembers how things happened in the original timeline and can prevent them from occurring this time around.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay. I still don't agree. I think that's a really stupid idea. But I also have incredibly high standards when it comes to time travel plots. So I have been proven wrong. I have seen it done well. But that's an incredibly high bar that few have met. So.
Okay, let's see. Alien ate her.
Dragon, alienate her.
Now, alienate
Ate her.
or. All right, let's see. With a woman in it that Elton would really, really like.
Oh, Alienator?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I kind of like the plot of that film. It was very badly executed, but the plot's great. You know, the fact that shoot, what's his name? Oh, he was in Side Hackers. He was in Side Hackers. He was in Hellcat. Was he in Hellcats? No, he was in Side Hackers.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
he's ugly, but he's fast.
Yes.
Oh.
That's from the 9th. Oh, there you go. What is his name?
Whatever.
Ross Hagen.
Yes, Ross Hagen.
Yes. It's got Ross Hagen in it as this intergalactic villain. And then you, of course, have the Alienator, which is this amazing female wrestler.
Well, we're made to think he's the hero.
Yeah, that he's actually on the run from this Terminatrix type, cyborg. And spoiler alert, it turns out, no, he actually is the villain. He really is a criminal, and she's a bounty hunter bringing him back.
Well, it says here on IMDb there is a director's cut available. I just can't seem to find it for Ultraviolet.
I wonder if it's European.
It says the runtime is 94 minutes, or is it... Yeah, whatever. Anyway, let's see. What else do we have here?
Victoria, I have a question. If there was a fight between Valkyrie and Amazon Warrior, who do you think would win?
Easy.
If you can be Valkyrie or Amazon, who would you choose?
Well, I made you a shirt which should answer that question.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
Yes.
Totally.
And, well, let me put it this way. Amazon warriors were essentially roaming bandits or barbarians for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Historically, they never won any battles, but even in the legend, they were what the name translates to killer of men.
Mm-hmm.
Valkyries are magical beings who decide the fate of battles and choose who will go to Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
And they get magical flying horses and magic swords and mead parties.
In mead parties, and they are the ultimate warriors. David Jack, I know how you feel, Kat. Sometimes far-left idiots try to speak for me, and they also try to speak for Leon and John, and it's annoying. I'm sorry. Fuck them. We don't need them.
Okay, let's see.
Just look them dead in the eye and say, I don't need you. Fuck off. Acid trip. By the way, if a stalker and another stalker date enough, who would follow who? Who would be the creepier one, and how weird would the sex be?
The world may never know.
I suppose it would come down to who's collecting the weirdest and most disgusting, bodily fluids and parts.
Yeah, why not? Who has more femurs buried in the backyard?
No. If you're stalking, each other, who's collecting the most toenails? Who's got the most? Who's got the largest collection of dirty underwear? Who's bottling the? Who purposely stops up the toilet so that they could harvest the urine?
Shit. All right, so I got a few more questions, and you want to call it a night?
Okay. Durakken, Valkyries also have big boobs, while Amazons cut theirs off.
Damn straight.
Mhm.
That's right. Do you want a one-breasted woman?
No. Unless it's like in Kung Pao Enter the Fist, but
Oh,
that's just
God.
weird. Rudy, which do you ascribe to as time travel? Single continuum, fixed point, or infinite alternatives?
Branching timelines, infinite alternatives.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
You travel back in time, you make changes, you can't go back home. You're on a new timeline from then on out, and you can't go back.
In fact, the best example of that I have seen is actually the Legacy of Kain series of video games. They did it the best that I have seen so far. It's amazing how many people don't understand that. How about a gritty remake of Operation Dumbo Drop? The Air Force has discovered that it's most cost-effective.
Oh, sorry.
That it's most cost-effective to just drop elephants on Canada. Sure.
All right, I'm kind of
just
crashing.
no Rob Schneider.
Well, I thought it was Bill Murray was in that.
No, it's Rob Schneider.
Oh. Okay, I'm crashing. I'm done. I think I need to call it a night.
Yeah. Is it sleep time for aliens?
Yeah, it's been sleep time for aliens all day. It's just it hasn't happened.
No. Okay, well, thank you guys for BSing with us. For the last 46 minutes. This has been really nice. It's always nice chatting with you guys. And please tune in tomorrow for the Great Big Alien Show, where we are discussing not aliens,
Vampire.
but yes, the charred balls of the damned.
Charred. Well, what? Oh, wait, we got one more.
Oh, Elias, do aliens really exist? If so, why the fuck aren't they here? What did we do to deserve this? I heard they have beautiful, voluptuous, neon blue women up there.
What? I'm right here.
Ishi's here.
I'm right here, and I came here for a voluptuous pale woman.
And no, I don't think you have Smurfs up there, but you have tall whites who are 5 feet.
Yes. All right. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.